Check it. Hey guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. This is the time of the week where we're looking at the weekly update prediction, giving you guys the update from the bigger time frame, the macro level. Again, when in doubt, zoom out is a saying I love to use, and that's what we're doing in this video. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Hopefully it gets you prepared for this week's trading week. Let's go ahead and hop in. This is an absolute banger. Don't miss a second of it. Let's go. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. This is your weekly update and prediction where we look at the charts on the bigger time frame. I do apologize. This video is coming out a little bit later than I wanted, but this is the third, fourth, fifth time I've tried recording this video as the power went out on a great video that I almost had completed. All right, let's go ahead and hop in the charts of facts of data and see what we have going on. Again, this video is not financial advice. We had a great week last week, very profitable with the SPY calls, with the AMC calls, and the GME calls all going in the money. AMC calls went in the money two times this week, and then SPY calls 461, 461.50. Obviously greatly in the money, and then GameStop calls at $15 and $15.50. Those plays were inside of the Discord. If you want access to those plays, you have to hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5. All of the information is linked down below. $50 is the initial payment. Once you pay $50, one-time payment for lifetime access. I will send you the link giving you access to the server, and then you'll be able to see the trades that I put out. Now, let's go ahead and show you guys what we're looking at for AMC, GME, and SPY on the bigger time frames. This is your weekly update and prediction. Again, this video is not financial advice. This is looking at things on the bigger time frames, the macro aspect, to keep our perspective in check. Now, I want to show you guys what's going on the bigger time frames for AMC. We have a green MACD. You guys can see the Bollinger Bands are getting tight here on the daily time frame. We have green MACD on the weekly time frame as well. So this is all good because we have bullish momentum to the upside as far as the bigger aspects, the bigger time frames are concerned. I also think it's good that AMC is making a higher low off of the $6.50 level. You guys can see that we came down to $6.50, got a good bounce off of $6.50. That is what you want to see off of these types of lows. You want to see a nice bounce to the upside, and then it looks like we're potentially making a higher low here as the MACD starts to curl to the bull side. You can see on the hourly time frame and the 30-minute time frame, looking like most likely Monday is going to be a green day for AMC as it goes back over $6.76 and approaches $7. As AMC holders, the main thing that you're going to be looking at is the $7 mark. You want AMC to get over $7. That way it can make a move towards $7.50 and $8. $7 is going to be a key support and resistance, and also where a lot of calls go in the money, which will give you a gamma ramp to the upside. And this is why they greatly try to keep AMC pushed down and suppressed using these 5.8 million short shares that they do have in the chamber ready to fire. So we do have to be aware of this, but I don't think this is going to be much of an effect as they have been sitting on these shares waiting. What are they waiting for? I believe that GameStop is actually about to see a major push to the upside, and I'll get to that here in a second. But I believe that they want to try to stump momentum for AMC as GME will give a sympathy play to AMC. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that AMC and GME are decoupling. I do not believe that. I believe that they are running on the same algos, and I believe that once GME really starts to take off, AMC will follow, and if AMC really starts to take off, GME would follow. But I do suggest never putting your eggs in one basket and holding both stocks. But again, everyone has to do their own research and make their own decisions. As far as short interest is concerned, you guys can see that GME does have impressive short interest stats. So we'll go ahead and just quickly look over the numbers at 20.50% for GME. Utilization's at 85.30%. Cost of borrows at 2.96%. Shares on loans at 72.73 million. Days to covers at 24.36. So impressive stats for a possible short squeeze. AMC's at 7.80%. Short interest, utilization is at 47.70%. Cost of borrow sitting at 1.79. Shares on loan is 22.26 million. Days to cover is 1.22. I'm also going to show you the Fintel numbers as well. AMC is at 9.14%. And GameStop is at, we'll go ahead and show you guys. I think it's at 23.79%. Again, very, very impressive numbers for a potential short squeeze. I would say short interest really lies somewhere in between. These are numbers from both Ortex and Fintel. Now, as far as AMC's bigger time frame, like what we could see as far as the week is concerned, I do believe we're going to be seeing a bullish week for AMC. All AMC has to do is break above that $7 level and maintain above that $7 level to get a bullish week, and I believe that this is what's going to be happening. All you have to really do is look at what's going on with AMC. Again, when in doubt, zoom out. You guys can see that people were doing the exact opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. This is a very easy trading strategy that I talk about. RSI being over 70, you sell. RSI being under 30, you buy. Obviously, this would be the time to sell and this would be the time to buy. But people do the exact opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. A lot of people were buying up here, and then got wiped out and started selling down here instead of holding their shares and averaging down in at the lows, getting their position right where it needed to be because they made a mistake and FOMO'd in at the top. Now, again, this is not to put anyone down, but this is what the market tries to get you to do. And this is why you want to stay in the market and continue to be try to get better, because then you'll be able to fix your mistakes and become profitable. So again, you guys can see that this is the time where you really want to be buying. And again, this is not financial advice, this is what the charts are saying. You want to be buying at the lows, and if you go ahead and base off of the psychology chart as well, you guys can see that the point of maximum financial opportunity is going to be the lows. I believe that AMC is at the lows or nearing the lows. I believe that 650 potentially could be the low. I don't think that $5 is a possibility based off what the charts are telling me. But again, AMC is heavily manipulated, so anything is possible. But the odds and statistics are that most likely $5 is not going to happen. 650 is going to be the bottom, and we're actually about to see a recovery starting into this week and moving into the weeks further on. So I'm going to say a green week for AMC stock. Let's go ahead and move into GME, guys. GME is zooming out. GME has a beautiful, beautiful picture painted, guys. You guys can see that MACD is weekly and climbing, green. Daily is green. You guys can see we're getting a second wave up on the daily time frame. GameStop also breaking out of this falling wedge. I know that everyone knows about this, but I'm just doing this for the new subscribers. I constantly get new people coming in. So you guys can see we have a bullish uptrend. Then you have a falling wedge that leads into another bullish uptrend. Well, what does GameStop happen to be making? It happens to be making a massive falling wedge with a bullish uptrend and then a falling wedge and another bullish uptrend. Guys, I believe that GameStop is actually moving back into its bull phase. I believe that this was its bull phase, its bull rally. Complacency stage moved into it. Then it moved down into the anger and depression before moving back up into another euphoria rally. And again, what am I talking about? The psychology chart. I believe that that blow off top was the euphoria stage. I believe that this second peak here, like not really a peak, but this like where we trend up and then capitulate down, I believe that was the complacency stage. So I believe that we dropped down into anger and depression. I'll go ahead and remove the Bollinger Band so you guys can see a little bit more better. Anger and depression here, and then this is the depression phase. I believe that this V-shaped dip right here that I said we would see and that we are seeing, I believe that this is actually right here, guys. I believe that we're right here. So GameStop is going to pull back slightly and then rally to the upside. And what do we see here on the smaller time frames? We guys can see that GameStop has this bull flag. Based off of what I see here with the MACD, it looks like GameStop's most likely going to reject from this level, have a red day probably Monday and Tuesday, coming back down to about $16, $16.50, filling these gaps before moving back to the upside. So that being said, I believe that Monday and Tuesday could be a red day for GameStop as it moves back down towards $16, $16.50. And then once it reaches that level, getting a push back to the upside. Overall, ending the week higher than before, though, and pulling off another green week. So I believe that GameStop is actually going to have a green week this week. So far we have AMC green, we have GameStop green, and I believe that these predictions are going to be highly accurate based off the charts, the facts, and the data. Now we can see that RSI is getting fairly high on the daily time frame. So if we do run up, we are going to be meeting some resistance with that. Also, we can see that the moving averages are at about 1865. So I believe that that's going to be the next point of interest after we break the 1780 is going to be that 1865 level. And we're going to be watching this very, very closely on GameStop, as I believe GameStop is going to be worth a lot more here in the next couple of weeks. I did call out a buy signal once GameStop hit that $11 level. I called out a buy signal. The buy signal was in the Discord. Again, you have to hit me up on my email to get access to these amazing trades. I said it's a 1 to 3 month swing trade, and I believe that people buying GameStop down here at the $11 level bought the bottom, and I believe that GameStop is about to make a huge move up. And again, we're already 50% from the lows. A lot of the gains that come into a trade, a lot of the gains that are made in a few days, guys. So in order to capture those gains, you must be in the market. So a bull run can occur over many, many weeks, many months even. But the most gains, like where 50, 100 more percentage gains are made, are within a few days or weeks. That's why you have to be able to identify the bottom using the charts, the facts, and the data. Get in where you need to get in and ride it back up to the top. And I believe that's exactly what's happening here on GME. And again, RSI is getting pretty high, so we don't have that much room to run. But I believe that over the next couple of weeks, GameStop's going to see a much higher valuation, moving back towards the $35 to $40 level. And yes, there are gap fills up here for GameStop at that $37 and $39 level. Those gaps will get filled, just like AMC's gaps to the upside will get filled as well. And AMC has gaps all the way up from $37 to $43. So again, that's what I'm looking at for AMC in a GameStop. Let's go ahead and move into SPY and then wrap up this video. So SPY, guys, you already know how I feel about SPY. I believe that RSI is extremely overbought. You guys can see that RSI is extremely overbought. Again, this is going to be sell signals, right? We're looking at the bigger time frames. This is going to be sell signals. You guys can see that we're way far extended from the moving averages. You guys can see that the 13 moving average, which is a very high moving average, is way down here at 460, y'all, 460. I believe that SPY is about to make a quick pop up and then see a major spike back to the downside. And why do I think that's going to be happening? Because I believe that SPY is in what's called basically it's a compression and expansion mode. So I believe that SPY had a major dip to the downside here. And if we go ahead and pop on the Bollinger Bands, this will help you kind of give you a visual representation of what I'm talking about. So you guys can see that this is the 20 moving average, the blue line. So you guys can see we greatly deviated from the 20 moving average and went outside of the bands and broke outside of the macro bear flag, having a huge dip to the downside. What happens when you get a stock that's pushed down? It springs back up. So we spring back up. We were outside of the bands, got oversold, all of that. Spring back up. Now we sprung back up to too far, though. We got that compression and went too far to the upside. We snapped too far to the upside. So like a rubber band, it's going to snap back. We went outside of the bands. We deviated far away from the 20 moving average. We have to come back down and retest these levels. What I'm looking at on SPY on the smaller time frame is a bullish pennant. I believe that SPY is about to go up to about 475 before seeing a pullback. I believe this move could take place over Monday and Tuesday. You're going to see SPY going green on Monday and Tuesday and then start capitulating around Friday. I believe that you could still potentially see a green week, but based off of the charts, I'm going to have to go with the red week because I believe that SPY is going to be popping up and then coming back down. Now, there is one major piece of news that we have to look at that comes out on Thursday that could potentially pull off an 8th green week for SPY. And I will give you the final prediction here in a few minutes of what I finally think here at the end, green or red. I know the suspense is building, but I will show you guys here. But so far, AMC is green, GME is red, or GME is green, AMC is green. And moving on to SPY, I want to show you guys this piece of news that could be a potential catalyst for a little bit more upside on SPY before the pullback that we all know is coming. So we're going to go ahead and pop on one of our favorite websites, the calendar. Impact 3, and I will show you guys that GDP growth rate quarter over quarter is coming out. Again, there's a huge amount of money riding on this Christmas rally. You have to have a Christmas rally, right? There has to be a huge push for sales at the end of the year. CEOs get bonuses. There's a lot of money riding on the SPY rallying, stocks going higher, and a lot of sales coming in from the holidays over this period of time. And I believe that's why we could see an increase in GDP for quarter over quarter. And also the forecast is showing 5.2% and 5.2% is the consensus. Normally when these two numbers are this closely aligned, the actual is very, very close. So I believe that we're going to see an increase in GDP, which could give a little bit more bullish momentum. This is going to be happening on Thursday. I believe that most of the week is going to be green for SPY, and then the end of the week is going to be red. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, green, and then pull back on Friday. I believe that we will see one more green week for SPY. I believe that SPY is going to see one more green week before pulling back. So I am predicting a green week for SPY, even though, okay, it's been 7 green weeks in a row. I believe that we could possibly pull off one more with the GDP catalyst before topping out. We can also see that RSI is only at 67 on the weekly time frame. So I believe that there's a slight more bit room to run on the weekly time frame before RSI gets to that overbought level. And again, this is why I think we're going to see a quick pop up and then a movement down. This is probably going to take place over the next 2 weeks. So next week, I'm probably going to be looking at a red week, but we will go over that when the time comes. But guys, this is the video for you guys. This is everything that I have. I believe that SPY is basically doing a move similar to Bitcoin. I don't believe that there's going to be a new bull run. I know a lot of people think that a new bull run is coming. I personally do not feel that way, guys. Just based off the RSI, the charts, everything, I don't think that's possible. Being outside of the bands, I think we're going to come back down and test the bands and get a bounce up and then capitulate based off the MACD and the RSI on the bigger time frames. Again, when in doubt, zoom out. So I do believe we'll be able to pull off one more bullish week. And again, on the smaller time frames, we can see that we're in this bullish pennant. You guys can see this bullish pennant here. That's why I believe we're about to push up to about 475 before pulling back. I don't think 475 could potentially be the top, maybe 478. 480 in that range, but we're looking at 475 for our next price target. And I will put out trades inside of the Discord as well. That way you guys can understand and make profit. But you can see that RSI is crazy on the daily time frame. Like historically, if you look at RSI on SPY, it's reaching crazy levels. And again, just based off of simple like buy and sell trade strategies using RSI, when you're above 70, that's your sell target. When you're below 30, that's your buy target. RSI is in way and sell territory on these higher time frames. And I'll just go ahead and show you guys the daily real quick. I mean, just look at these levels. Historically, RSI has only gotten pretty much this high, even when we've had the market peak. So again, RSI is just getting to historically high levels, and that's why I believe a bull run is simply not possible. I believe that we have to have a correction back down, similar to what Bitcoin did here before having a bull run. I believe that this is SPY's complacency stage. So basically, you have this movement here, which is what I believe that this was for SPY. I'll show you guys SPY. So I believe that this was that for SPY. I believe that, here, I'll zoom out a little bit more so it's a little bit more clear. So I believe that this hump and then this higher peak was this on Bitcoin. This hump here and then this higher peak. You can see how it came down bottom, made a higher peak, and then went outside of the bands before overall going back down and going into its depression phase. I believe that this was the depression phase for Bitcoin. I believe that 2024 is going to be a bull run. And I think that's very, very clear. I've been very, very accurate on Bitcoin, as Bitcoin, I called a buy at the $28,000 level. And you guys can see it's over 50% from that range, if not more. So guys, this is everything I have for you. If you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe for more content like this. And again, I do not think we're going in a new bull run. I think that we're going to see an overall pattern such as this. Basically, where SPY has a straight up parabolic top and then correction back to the downside. I believe that this is SPY's complacency stage, where you see a pop up and then you come down. Now, this is showing a little bit of reversal, a higher high for the euphoria, but I believe based off the new market mechanics, we are starting to see complacency stage last a lot longer and go a lot higher, similar to what we've seen here on Bitcoin before going down into anger and depression. As always, y'all, make money, have fun, stay safe. Peace out. All right, guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. And I appreciate you if you made it to the end to see this message, as most adults cannot make it this far. Watch a video from beginning to end, okay? The attention span is going crazy because of TikTok, okay? Absolutely dropping off a cliff. So you, with your thirst of knowledge, will be able to get ahead in life. I do believe that. And together, we're going to be on this road to financial freedom and getting this bag. Let's get ready for next week's trading week with this video. Hopefully you found it informative. Peace out.